And now it's time for another St. Louis 7, following an episode on OT with Oliver. First one of 2021. We are in the luxurious Half Coast Studios.
Yes, sir.
With Garrett Atkins, co-founder of Vi Media. Thanks for the time. I thought that even if you're not a business owner, if you're just kind of curious on how social networks working out, the importance of laying the foundation, as you talked about, I thought there was a little something for everybody. It took about 35, 40 minutes, so it's not like we went on for a couple hours. I think if you are a small business owner, though, listen to the podcast or watch the YouTube version of this podcast, which we don't usually do, but we got the nice studio. I had a good time before we get started with St. Louis 7. Talk to me about, correct me, KMA?
KMA.
Okay.
So the KMA Foundation. So the KMA Foundation is a nonprofit organization who partners up with the likes of MoDOT, the Missouri Department of Transportation, in order to find out which roadways have high fatality rates and figure out why they have high fatality rates and then change those roadways. Let's take 109, Old State, FFW. Those are all dangerous roads here in the greater St. Louis area if you're listening locally. And those roadways, what we did was put a rumble strip in the middle on the double yellow line in the middle of the road. We expanded the width of those roadways in cooperation with MoDOT. Of course, they did the actual work. And then we also expanded them, put the rumble strip in the middle, and then put the rumble strip on the sides. Since then, unless something has happened recently that I'm unaware of, since we've changed Highway W, there's been 0 fatalities on it, and there used to be multiple fatalities every year. So quite literally out there saving lives just in an unorthodox way.
Good stuff. All right, St. Louis 7, you ready?
Yep.
Went to Eureka. What do you remember?
Not much. I remember not.
There's various ways I can assume the answer to that question.
No, what am I, 28 now? So it's been since I was a senior, 10 years. Wow, that's crazy. I remember not taking it serious enough. Everything ended up working out. I remember going to a public high school right after being in a Catholic grade school for 9 years, kindergarten through 8th grade. I went to Catholic grade school at Sacred Heart Church in Eureka, Missouri, and then was thrown into Eureka High School. I think I was only one of 3 kids out of 30 kids from my grade school to go to a public high school. Everyone else went to, Catholic high school as well. So it was definitely very different. Didn't know a single person there except for the 2 that also went to Sacred Heart. So it was definitely a different experience and much less PC, I should say, than Catholic grade school was. But it was good. So,
got a favorite concert?
Favorite concert? I've honestly only been, this is a lame fact about me, I think I've only been to 3 or 4 concerts. I would have to say, this is when I was younger, but at Mizzou, I partied at Mizzou when I was younger because I didn't go to Mizzou, so I'd go up there on the weekends with friends and have a good time. There was this concert called Life in Color, and it was basically like, I don't know what kind of music you'd call it. It's not dubstep, but it's as close to dubstep. I think that's the closest thing I could call it, but very loud music that was very techno-y. And but they were spraying paint over the entire audience the whole time with cannons. And then, of course, there's laser lights everywhere and all sorts of madness. So that was probably my favorite concert.
You know what's weird? You're like the 9th person who said that was their favorite concert.
I don't doubt it.
Okay. Ted Drew's, when you go, what do you order?
Good question. Vanilla with cookie dough. Very, very straightforward there.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it. Reliable.
What should people know about Vi Media? Besides the fact that you're award-winning and a trailblazer.
Of course. We care about ROI first and foremost. That is what we care about. And as a business owner, that's what you need to know.
You encounter 10 stop signs. How many do you roll?
Depends on my mood. 3.
Part of town.
Yeah.
Down in the valley? None.
No, none in the valley.
Around here? Yeah, you can take away a little bit. All right, getting ready to wrap this up. A couple more quick questions. And again, for people who, even if you're not a small business owner, if you just want to hear his philosophies you should have when it comes to the social marketing, return on investment, it's on everywhere you get your podcast and on this OT with Oliver podcast channel. When people come and visit you in St. Louis, where do you take them?
Okay, bar, Nick's Pub, fun city museum if they've never been there before because it's so unique. And then food, somewhere on the hill, probably Gian Tony's on the hill.
Bring it home. What makes you proud to be a St. Louis?
I put some thought into this. The business ownership community here in St. Louis, the community of business owners here in St. Louis are, I don't know what it's like out of state, but here in St. Louis, from my experience, everyone's very supportive and everyone's very connected. If you know one person, you know a lot of people here in St. Louis. Everyone talks, small, big city. So I'd say the business ownership community is probably what I'm proud of because it's what I know, So, yeah, that.
Keep kicking ass, man.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Stay healthy, stay good.